2, 1. How you guys doing tonight? Here of None here. And tonight we're going to be talking about friendship and guilds and parties and what does that do and what does it give you and all that good stuff. In ESO, you had the ability to get 5 guilds, join parties, and have a friends list. And that gives you various things that you may or may not be aware of. So, first off, let's take a look at your friends list here inside game. Now, you can have up to 100 friends. I don't think there's the same cap for the amount of people you can ignore, but friends, you can have as many as you want here. You can take a look at various things and see what their last alliance was, if they're online, when they last were online, if you hover over that, where the last location was, see their champion level. Of course, it doesn't show you champion level when you get to these levels here. Now, fun things that you can do with this. Now, let's say you want to go to Vanderfall, and you have the DLC, but you don't exactly know where this person is. Well, you can go ahead, right-click them, and go travel to player. This is helpful in certain locations where you don't have necessarily a way shrine around. This is how a lot of us old schoolers have been traveling around without having to pay the exorbitant amount of fee to go to a way shrine. This will take you to the closest possible way shrine, or if they're inside of a delve, it will take you to the respawn point inside that delve. From here, you can also do whispers, invite to group. You can also visit their primary residence if they've given you permission to, which is good to know. You can also do notes, so if you want to know like this person is somebody of interest, you can put that down. You can send mail, remove friends, and ignore. Another good thing that you can do with friends as well from the mail system is something called bounce. So if you want to send something over to somebody and have it come back to you, you just go ahead and put bounce in. And there's add-ons that most people will download, which if you didn't watch last week, we talked about add-ons. But add-ons will automatically send it back whenever you put bounce into the subject. Now, if they don't have the add-on, you can just tell them, hey, if you get this message, bounce it back to me. And what that does is, let's say you have a full inventory here, you can get 6 slots free just by sending some stuff and bouncing it back against your account. Now, outside of friendship, you have parties, which had the very similar ability here. I'm not going to get too far into it, but you can travel to that person, visit their residence, all that good stuff. The same as if they were on your friends list, even if you're not actually exactly friends. On top of this, you also have your dungeon modes, if you haven't noticed that before, etc. Under this, you also have your Dungeon Finder, Alliance, War, and Battlegrounds. Dungeon Finder is great for if you're looking for random stuff here, and you get a bonus on your damage for using the random dungeon random veteran or random normals. Specific dungeons, you don't get the bonus, but it helps you get into some of these dungeons that you may have a current pledge for, and just kind of nice if you have like one that you're missing for a quest or something else like that. Battlegrounds, the only way to get into Battlegrounds is using this system right here. You have to go grab bag, and you can do it with a group or without. It doesn't matter. Guilds. Now, like I said, you can have 5 guilds here. You can also create a guild, but you can only create 1 guild. Okay, you can join 5, but you can only create 1. You can have somebody create 1, then leave and leave you as the leader, but that's kind of weird and strange to do in the first place. So, inside of guilds here, you have various things that you can do. Rosters give you a whole slew of commands, the same as your friends list here. You have Guild Bank enabled, Heraldry enabled, and Guild Store enabled. Depending on how many members you have, I believe the number is 10, but correct me if I'm wrong on that, and you can say other things as well. You may be wondering what the Guild Bank and the Guild Store is. We'll get into that in just a minute here. Ranks, as you can see here, you have several ranks that you can have. Each one here can lead to different permissions that you can give. And basically, it goes from the bottom up. So each one of these people that you can promote are going to go up a level based on what they have. And typically, they're going to have more permissions as they climb up those ranks. And finally, in the history, you have a whole bunch of information here. So if you want to take a look at your guild, roster, customizations, unlocks, see who is withdrawing stuff from the bank, who's making your deposits. If you want to see sales, purchases, our traders, you have all that information as well. In Alliance Wars, you can see who's been capturing stuff back and forth inside the campaigns. Now, under the banker, you have the options for guild bank and guild store if you're a member of these. Guild banks, as you can see here, you can change which one you have down below. You have a whole bunch of slots to put stuff in, about 500 on top of that. If you lose access to it because you lose members, and you lose, I think it's 10 members you need at least to have a guild bank, you can still pull stuff out, you just won't be able to put stuff back in. A lot of guilds will also tell you, no, will not give access to this except for officers, and typically you have to ask your guild officers to get in there. If your guild is giving you full access into the bank, don't be surprised if you get ninjas coming in there and taking stuff out and leaving the guild real quickly, especially if you have really loose join-in requirements. That is an issue that has been noted before with other guilds, but however your guild manages is how they manage it there. Let's see here. These things can get quite full. Also note though, depending on what you use and what you have in here, you will not be able to stack. You have to actually pull things out and then put them back in to get them to stack. It's an annoyance, but it makes sense if you want to make sure that like people are only pulling out maybe 10 amethyst at a time or 10 almudine at a time instead of the full 200, and then hoping that they're going to send it back. And finally,
your purse looks heavy.
Guild stores. Now, I have an add-on right here that gives us an enhanced version of that. This is, again, awesome guild stores. I do recommend this mod. But the good thing with this is that you can go in and, search for all weapons, apparel, costumes, furnishings, miscellaneous, etc. You can also go in here and sell, depending on what you want to put in here. And you can also, of course, do listings and remove them. Now, ESO is strange that it does not have a central auction house, but that's kind of good and kind of bad. It has its pros and cons in various ways here. So, again, this is my guild here, which I'm selling stuff through, and I can search this stuff for like specifically Spriggan, or I can just go ahead and search for whatever they have, and typically get whatever I need if they have it on sale here. Now, if I want to shop from other guilds, I either have to join that guild, or I have to go to something called a guild trader, which are conveniently located throughout Cyrodiil. Each one of these guild traders is going to have a different guild. So Vendor here, Tamarelli Trade Union, Lacknair, Sneaky Bow, Nerns, etc. Now, guilds will come up and bid on each one of these auctioneers as it comes by. And as you can see, this place is pretty bustling right now. So some people will probably come in here, try getting a good spot, and charge higher prices because of it. Now, because of that, you may get a good price there, you may not get a good price, because things are going to turn around there, but other people are going to be playing the market on that. If you look at some of these other guild traders here, let's say we'll just go down to this one here. You're going to see different prices for these traders than you would, say, at some places that are prime here. Though, you still have people that will come here and take a look through some of this. 1 minute that loads. So, it's kind of a mixed bag here. So, you don't have a central guild trader that you can go to and see everything that you have. However, at the same time, you can get good deals from that. Now, games like EverQuest, actually, EverQuest didn't have a central guild trader. I should take that back. But WoW, Vanguard, Warhammer Online, a lot of games that I see have centralized guild stores, I should say. Actually, not guild stores, I should say auction houses, centralized auction houses. Apologize on that. They had issues with bots and people playing the market here. So I would come in, I see that there's an Oko for 11 gold here. Well, I currently know that Oko is at median price 50 gold. And instead of having you sell that at 11, I'm going to buy it from you and then put it back onto the market for 45 to make a profit. That was very typical in those games, and even had bots doing it. They would go in there, look for anything that was low, and resell it off, which is really easy when you have everything listed there, and you can just see what's the lowest price. Now, with ESO, because you have these centralized locations, so you can go to someplace convenient or someplace out in the boondocks, if you take a look around and search, you can find good deals out there. If you want to get something real quick, you go to someplace centralized, you're probably going to be paying more, but that's the convenience of it. All right. There are sites out there. I believe esosales.eusp.net. I'll put it in the link for this video. I hope I remember. That is a good site which actually take a lot of this information here, accumulate it, and then put it out there so you can see what a median price is and also see where it is on the other end of it. And there is other add-ons such as Master Merchant. There is another one out there. I apologize, I don't remember the name of it right offhand there, but there are add-ons that will actually tell you where some certain stuff is being sold if you search through it through their add-on. Of course, that relies on people giving information to the add-on and then you downloading that add-on's information. You know, all troublesome, but, you know, if you're looking for something and you have to find it fast for the cheapest price, that's how you do it. Anyways, guys, that's some of the benefits that you have between your friends list, your party, your guild, and a little bit on guild stores as well, and guilds, and some guild traders. If you have any other questions like that, feel free to leave them below. In the meantime, guys, see you in Tamriel.